All right, Kevin, thanks so much. And as you're talking about the damage, we want to bring in Rob Macedo with the National Weather Service joining us now on the phone. Rob, can you hear me?
Yes.
So give me a sense of what kind of damage reports you're hearing about right now.
Yeah, so right now, so I'm an amateur radio SKYWARN coordinator volunteer with the Weather Service, and we have our spotters and amateur radio operators reporting in. A lot of reports of trees and wires down in places such as Mashpee, in places such as Dennis, and there may be some other damage reports. The damage reports are still coming in fairly rapidly right now in terms of tree and wire damage and possibly other damage. We've had wind gusts measured anywhere between 58 miles per hour in Mashpee to as high as 90 miles an hour in Calmus Beach, which is in Hyannis. So there's definitely significant wind going on. Nobody has spotted a tornado, but clearly very strong damaging winds are occurring, causing damage in these communities on the Cape. And amateur radio operators and SKYWARN spotters have been reporting in, and there have been some other automated weather stations that have measured some of these wind gusts.
I wanted to ask you, some of the information you're talking about with those wind gusts is exactly what our meteorologists are seeing right now. We were just talking with the police chief in Yarmouth who was saying they are responding to reports of a roof on a building west of South Yarmouth. Are you hearing anything about that?
We have been hearing some reports of some structural damage. Now what happens, right, is what's the extent of that damage, and they got to kind of take a look at that. So we have had a couple of reports of that they're looking at and checking on, and we have to see the extent. Is it shingles? Is it more of the roofing structure? Things like that, and that data will start to come in as people are actually on scene and looking at those things. So I wouldn't be surprised if we hear more about that and get more specifics and details on that as the situation unfolds and the storm moves out of the area.
And Rob, last question real quick. Where are you getting the most reports right now?
The most reports have been in Mashpee, in Dennis, in Yarmouth, and I believe we also may have some data out of the Barnstable area as well. So it's been all in those areas that we've had the damage, and I'm imagining we're going to hear more as more responses are done, and as the storm passes, as we kind of did with the storm last night, we'll, to the extent we are able, without getting in the way of the folks actually clearing the damage, we will try to get photos of the damage and submit all that into the Weather Service and other folks so that they can see the extent of what's happened here with this severe thunderstorm.
Rob, we do appreciate your insight. Thank you so much. Be safe with SKYWARN coordinator. I do appreciate your insight on the damage, and that's exactly what we are hearing about right now. At 12:18, this tornado warning was set to expire at 12:15, was extended to 12:45.